Hello, I'm Anthony. This is Bad Idea Metals, and we've got a pretty good thunderstorm going on right now. So, I just finished putting my solar panels up a week ago, and I've been trying to get to that second half of that video. It's coming, but I can't really do much in the rain. So, we're gonna let that be. I'm gonna tear something apart today. So, this is an old TeleVideo system. I don't know as much about it as I probably should. So let me give you a quick walk around on this one. So it's got the built-in keyboard and monitor, and on the back, it's got some serial ports, a printer port, a dip switch set. Not too much fancy stuff here, but I've actually not seen the inside of one of these before. I've used one back in my childhood, but never actually seen inside. So I'm going to pull you in a little closer. We're going to see what's inside. Before I get started though, every time I tear something old apart, I get a lot of angry comments and emails saying, hey, that belongs in a museum, or if there's a collector out there. I've looked, nobody cares, nobody wants one of these. So if I'm wrong and you want one of these, I actually have a second one on the floor over here. So I won't tear that apart. This one's going to be torn apart for me to understand what's inside, and you're going to follow along. However, if you're interested in the other one, let me know, and we can work something out. Okay, let me pull you in a little closer, and we'll get in here. All right, it's pretty dirty. It's been sitting in somebody's storage for a long time, and then it got out here, and it's been out here for about a week or two. So, this unit, it's got some dirt on it. I don't know why I'm cleaning it up. Mostly probably so I don't make a mess out of myself, but that's too late. Okay, so it's a standard 110, 120 volt setup. You can see the outlet plug right here. It's grounded. It goes right into the chassis right there. I'm not exactly sure how to open this, so let's take a look underneath and see if we find any significant case screws. Here and here, some Phillips. Let's go ahead and pull these Phillips out. Yeah. Okay, that's loose. So let's flip this back over. It's got a hinge. So this unit has a hinge right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip this over. Well, lost one of the screws through the table. Set that off to the side. Let's see what there is inside. Well, right off, I see a main board. There isn't anything underneath. There is a transformer, I guess. I've got the keyboard, and I've got the CRT, the cathode ray tube set right here. There's a little collar on them that'll have some copper, and these are vacuum sealed. So if I pull this off, you'll hear the intake of air rushing in. So you have to be careful whenever you're messing around with these collars or these lights. So we'll just be careful. We really don't want to break them, but it says danger high voltage because it holds a charge for a period of time. I have a feeling that this has been decommissioned for a number of decades, so I'm not too concerned about it, but still is good to be safe. There's a few fuses, random other stuff. All right, let's grab our screwdriver. Let's go ahead and see what's underneath this board. I think it's just the transformer, but we shall see. It's a pretty cool board though. It's got some gold pins here, gold plated pins. And you have all these ICs, these dip style ICs. But yeah, not too fancy. And there's that transformer I was talking about. Bunch of wires, a speaker. You know, I'm curious. I'd like to see what's underneath this keyboard. Huh. That's cool. I'm trying to see if there's a way to just separate the board from the keys themselves without doing too much damage to them. Ribbon cable. I don't see any extra screws here, So something is holding on. Probably old age. Wouldn't put that past it. Or are they soldered on? Oh, actually the keys are soldered in place. Okay, that's you don't see keyboards doing that anymore. You use modern keyboards. Here, I'll show you a modern keyboard set. Modern keyboards use these Mylar screens here, and the keys press down, and they have these little rubber sockets that when you push the key, it makes contact here, and it closes that somehow. I don't know all the sciences behind the newer style keyboards, but these Mylar screens, this is modern keyboarding, no soldering whatsoever. Whereas here, all of those keys were meticulously soldered in. That actually might be a fun thing to put on my trophy wall. It's right behind me. We'll see. We'll save it if we want to. Toss it. Who knows? All the keys have a really good responsiveness. To be honest, it looks like that's a standard pin set and that this could be used in other devices. So, again, if anybody's interested in what they see on this channel, you got to catch me before you destroy them. Let's talk power supply. It looks like the power comes in right here and gets routed up to this board right here and over to this transformer. This board here hooks straight into the monitor. So it looks like the power was routed to a monitor power supply. And this, oh, there's an enormous aluminum heatsink right here. That's all aluminum, that enormous brick right here. But this looks like it's the power supply that provided power to the rest of the unit. The main board and the keyboard. So this has two different power supplies, and the power comes in, gets routed one way, and through the transformer into this other one. So this transformer is probably a step down transformer, going from 120 or 110, whatever, down to, I would guess that this is probably about a 12 volt. So it's probably a times 10 down convert, and then it comes in here at about 12 volt. I don't see any other transformers, so whatever the voltage of that board is what this is. And then this must use the 120 straight out. Actually, there is a transformer on here. This transformer, I don't recognize the style of it, but this transformer looks like it goes into the degaussing wire. No, that goes into the bottom of the tube. So that's the igniter or the exciter or whatever it's called. Anyway, I'm not going to take the monitor out right now. Let me see if I can take this collar off without breaking the lamp. So there's usually a collar ring right here. If you get that loose, you can take the light off. That's probably the most difficult piece about dealing with a CRT monitor or TV of any kind. You don't want to shatter the glass. So you want to be very careful. Get that out. Okay, so now there's my copper collar. There we go. Oh, I made a mess of it. These are so pretty though. Take a look in there. That's pretty cool. I can't even tell what you can see right now or not. So there's the copper collar off of our CRT. We'll set that off to the side. This isn't worth a whole lot. Real quick, just put this out there. It is a significant amount of copper, but it also has that iron collar on it. So it's not a lot of copper, but it adds up. So that's it for the monitor itself. Let's work on getting this this heatsink out. Huh. That's pretty sweet. We'll keep that. Components in good condition are always a good thing to consider holding on to. I'm not an electrical engineer. I don't know how to use any of these components, to be honest. But when the pins aren't bent and there's no damage on the unit, it could be worth something to somebody, so I hold on to it. All right, that's a nice chunk of aluminum. Some extruded stuff. Nice. All right, where does that leave us? A whole bunch of wires on these power supplies. Let's pull this power supply out. Okay, so here are the two different power supplies. This is the one to the monitor. I actually don't know what this little suction cup deal does. It goes into the monitor. I've never learned. It almost looks like a spark plug type deal, you know? I know that's not how these things work, but that's what it always reminds me of. I keep wondering if there's something that kind of excites the gases that are in there somehow, or magnetizes them. I'm not sure, but a lot of CRTs have these. Bunch of random wires. Your other one, just a whole bunch of capacitors. The step down has already happened over here, so this is going to take it and clean it and make it ready for use on the motherboard. And it looks like it sent some over to the power supply of the video as well. I'm not exactly sure why, but there's that one. And you can kind of see that it looks like these capacitors may have actually blown. There's this weird goop, and maybe that's glue, I don't know, but they're soldered in place. But there's this like evidence of something happening on these. Maybe they ruptured. So the last item of business is to reclaim all of the wires that I can, and this transformer over here. So here I'm not going to be very careful, because at this point everything is just scrap value to me. So these screws have a nut at the other side. I'm not going to be able to pull those off right now. I'll come back and grab this before I chuck the unit. In fact, knowing I have to do that, I'll just get the rest of the cords out another time. But that's pretty much it. I'd say the most valuable components, other than the vintage components, are these two right here. They're three. That one, this is, well, the prices of copper and steel have gone down in the last few months. This is probably about 10 to 15 cents a pound, which is really low right now. It used to be up around 28. So if that's true, and this I'm going to estimate to be about 5 to 8 pounds, this could be worth about $1. Let's just say this is worth about $1, $1.50. And copper price for this nice bright. Now this isn't bare bright. This is considered number one, maybe number 2, but this can sell as number 1. A nice bright number 1 like this. If this is about half a pound, I might be able to get $2 to $2.50, maybe $3 worth on this copper. So that's not too bad. So altogether so far, the copper and this transformer here, maybe worth about $3. Let's round up and say 4. So I might get 4 for that. This, it's about half a pound to a pound of aluminum. This would get me about, I don't know, anywhere from 50 cents to 80 cents. So far we're under 5. The rest of the wires, the rest of the components, maybe put me up around $5. So this unit so far has been worth about $5 to me. Not the most, right? Now, that's where these kind of fun things come into play. These are kind of wild cards. First of all, you never know if somebody's interested in the whole unit, but it could be that somebody's interested in specific components. I don't know, these could go for 50 cents worth of scrap. I mean, it does have some weight to it, and I could sell this at the steel tin price, which is about 5 cents a pound, 4 cents a pound. And this, I'd say, is about 4 or 5 pounds. So this is like 25 cents, maybe 50 if I get super lucky. But if somebody is interested in a keyboard like this, they might be interested to spend a few bucks, maybe up to, you know, 20 or 30 or whatever, I don't know. So this keyboard's pretty cool. And this motherboard, this main control board here is pretty cool. Well, thanks for watching. It's now August of 2022, and I want to thank everybody who's been watching these videos. It means a lot to me. Every once in a while I get a little discouraged and I'm like, wow, why in the world would anybody watch any of this? And then I get comments from all of you lovely people that say, oh, we're so glad you do this. Thank you for sharing what you're doing. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe. If you've already subscribed and you like what you're seeing, please let me know, because to be honest, there are some days that I just wonder if I should just do this quietly all by myself and just not bother anybody. But I enjoy what I do. I'm not going to stop doing this. But if you enjoy seeing it, it doesn't hurt to let me know. I love that. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night.